We have some major breaking news that has been announced that Cleetus McFarland will make his ARCA debut at Daytona International Speedway. What's going on, guys? It's Daniel and welcome back to our video. As I just said a second ago, we got some pretty massive and major breaking news. It has been officially announced and confirmed that Cleetus McFarland will make his ARCA debut at Daytona International Speedway. Here's the announcement from Garrett Mitchell, aka Cleetus McFarland. He says, "Well, folks, I was trying to keep it a secret, but word spreads fast. We're going NASCAR racing. February 15th, I'll be racing at Daytona in the number 30 Kinetic Energy Gen 5 ARCA Mustang. Testing went awesome. I just posted a video flying around Daytona with my mullet blowing in the wind." As mentioned in the press release, he will drive the number 30 car for Rhett Jones Racing in the ARCA race. Now, he will have to qualify his way in. I think that 30 car did not run every single race in 2024. They did run some NASCAR Xfinity Series races, but this is absolutely a huge deal. I didn't really talk too much about this on the channel, but recently at the ARCA test, his name was mentioned. And when his name got brought up in the ARCA test, it was kind of came to my mind that there was going to be a really big potential possibility that he was going to be making his ARCA debut at Daytona, and now it's going to become a reality. Now, could we see Rhett Jones Racing run a second car for Kyle Steckley or Frankie Muniz perhaps? That is certainly a possibility. Like I said, though, he will have to qualify his way in through the group qualifying stuff they have going on there. But he's going to be joining a really elite group of drivers who are going to be running. You've obviously got the full-time drivers and part-time guys of Amber Balkan. You've got Dab Moffa going to be running the event. You've also, of course, got Elio Castroneves, who's going to be driving the 82 car for Pinnacle Racing Group. Corey Day is going to drive the number 77 car for Spire. They're getting into it this year. You've got Catherine Lay going to be running the event. She's going to be driving the car for Sigma Performance Services. And you've got other big names. I think LeVar Scott is also on the intro, so I'm pretty sure on who will be running the event. And you've got a lot of other big names that are going to be running the ARCA race at Daytona. And the fact that Cleetus McFarland, of all people, is finally going to make his NASCAR/ARCA debut is honestly incredible. And to keep this in mind, Cleetus McFarland is a lot younger than people realize. He is only 29 years old, so he could have a potential possibility of having a solid NASCAR career. If this race goes well at Daytona, could this lead to other events with Rhett Jones Racing? That is certainly possible. I could see him making more starts at Rhett Jones Racing in 2025. Now, most people know what Cleetus McFarland is known for. He's known for doing drag racing, having the Freedom Factory, which is old DeSoto Motor Speedway. He brought it up and has had the Freedom Factory for a long time. And he is going to bring a lot of people and a lot of eyes at this event. He has over, I think, a couple million subscribers on YouTube, like 2 or 3 million subscribers on YouTube, I'm pretty sure, which is more than the NASCAR channel does. And gotta remember, this race is going to be on Big Fox. And one thing that he's able to attract is a younger demographic of fans. That's one thing that NASCAR and ARCA has been really having issues with and has been struggling to get. Now you're going to have someone like Cleetus McFarland going out and making their debut, and I think it's going to bring a lot of eyes onto the event. It's kind of like when Hailie Deegan tried to make her ARCA debut. A lot of people did tune into that race at Fox, and of course she did run for a couple years. But I got to say, this is absolutely really, really exciting news to hear, and pretty exciting to see that Cleetus McFarland is going to have the chance and opportunity to make his ARCA debut, and I really think he could have a very successful opportunity here. And I think if he does well, because Rhett Jones Racing's been a team that's had a lot of success at Daytona in the past. They've shown a lot of potential. They've shown a lot of speed over the years. They're going to get a lot of help from Ford, and this could lead to a potential path to getting to the Truck Series down the road. I don't ever see Cleetus McFarland ever getting into the Cup Series down the road, but I think he could have some opportunities here to maybe make some truck starts down the road if his ARCA run goes well. And again, I think there is a really strong chance and a really great opportunity for him to perform at a very, very high level. But it's really cool to see someone who's been in the motorsports world for as long as he's been, who's been doing stuff on YouTube, who's been interested in NASCAR, who I think's been to some NASCAR races, I'm pretty sure, who's done some association with Greg Biffle and other people as well in NASCAR, and Larry McReynolds too, I think's been part of it. Hailie Deegan's been part of the Freedom Factory stuff. You've got him now coming over and having an opportunity to come into NASCAR and race ARCA. And I think that this is really, really exciting stuff. I think it's going to be really fun to see what he can do in the ARCA race. It would be pretty impressive if he can go out there and win the ARCA race at Daytona. It's going to be really tough to beat the Venturi Motorsports cars. Jake Finch is probably the favorite going to them because he dominated that race at Talladega Super Speedway. Isabel Robusto thinks she's got a really good shot to win. And there's a lot of other big names that I do expect that haven't been announced for the ARCA race that I think are going to show up. But like I said, he ran the ARCA test. He did very, very well. Showed a lot of strength and I think he actually had pretty good speed at the test as well. Was one of the fastest cars on the track and legitimately kind of looked, from what I saw from the test, really competent out there. And that's the most important thing. Just look competent out there. Don't make any mistakes on the track. And I think you'll have a very, very strong run. So I'm excited about this for Garrett. I really think he's got a great opportunity here. I think he's got a really good chance. And long term down the road, I think he wants to carve out a really solid NASCAR career. And now you've got him joining ARCA and running in NASCAR, which is really, really exciting and really, really fun news to hear. I would have thought a few years ago that Cleetus McFarland, of all people, would be making their ARCA debut. But the fact this is actually happening is really, really incredible. And I cannot wait to see how he ends up doing. Realistically, though, I think he's got a good opportunity here. And I think he could have a very strong run in the ARCA race. So the fact he's going NASCAR racing finally and finally going into the world of motorsports, to me, is really epic and really, really incredible. And I'm just excited to see this. And he's going to be competing against other people like Brendan Butterbean Queen, who's going to be full-time in this series. Like I mentioned, Isabel Robusto, Jake Finch, you name it, are all going to be racing in this series. It's really exciting stuff for sure, and really excited to see how he can end up doing in his ARCA debut. Looking forward to see how Cleetus McFarland can perform in his ARCA debut at Daytona. I think he's got a solid opportunity to win. I don't think the goal should be to win, but I think with the equipment he's got, I think he's got a really solid opportunity and a pretty strong chance to go out there and win. We'll see what Cleetus McFarland can do in the ARCA race at Daytona. We'll see if he can perform very, very well. Great opportunity here with Brett Jones Racing, and pretty cool to see that he will officially and finally make his ARCA/NASCAR debut at Daytona International Speedway. So, that is going to be our tonight's breaking news report on Cleetus McFarland. I want to thank you guys for watching. Please subscribe to the channel, notifications on, and if I win a video, it does go live on my channel. Follow me on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram, and support me on Patreon as well. Let's go below that and comment below your thoughts below on today's episode. What are your realistic expectations of Cleetus McFarland? Do you actually think he has a chance to win at Daytona? And do you think they could potentially lead them having more starts in ARCA/NASCAR? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Tomorrow on the channel, I'm probably going to be doing an early dive look and an updated look at the 2025 Daytona 500 entry list. There will be content dropping throughout the week as well. Friday, there'll be a NASCAR news video discussing news over the course of the last couple days. We'll talk more on the Junior Motorsports running the Daytona 500 update on that. We'll also be talking more about the Cody Ware news that came out. We'll be talking about people like Haley Deegan, Shane Van Gisbergen, Carl Edwards, Kurt Busch, Kyle Busch, Bubba Walls, Sheldon Creed, Sam Mayer, Anthony Alfredo, Eric Almirola, Chandler Smith, Kyle Busch, you name it, Bubba Walls, Kyle Larson, Chase Elliott, all the good stuff as we get closer to the start of the year. I've got a lot of really good content coming out of the course of the next couple days as we get really, really close to the start of the season. We're only about 2 weeks away from the Clash. Really looking forward to getting the 2025 NASCAR season and ARCA season also underway. So anyways, like I said, I want to thank you guys for watching today's episode, and I'll see you guys next time for more great, awesome NASCAR content and other motorsports content on the channel like this. Take care, everybody.